Hello, and I'd like to welcome you to the Ned Smith Center for Nature and Art. You can see the center behind me. We're located on over 500 acres of beautiful forested land. We have more than 12 miles of trails, and we opened up our new facility just over 2 years ago. Our mission is about connecting nature, art, and people, and we do that in a variety of ways. And in a little bit, we're going to take you into our gallery to show you some of Ned Smith's artwork. Ned, who the namesake for our building goes to, was one of this country's greatest wildlife artists. He started as an illustrator, much like Norman Rockwell, and developed in becoming more of a fine artist late in his career. He started with sketches and acrylics, and then he moved into some spectacular works of oil that you will be seeing shortly. But we offer exhibits throughout the year. We have an Nature and Arts Festival. We do educational programming. We have a beautiful trail system, over 12 miles of trails to enjoy. We're building a 240-foot pedestrian bridge with an ADA accessible trail. So there's all sorts of exciting things to get involved with. So I encourage you to come up, pay us a visit, and connect with nature and the arts.
Hi, my name's Scott Weidensahl, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors here at the Ned Smith Center for Nature and Art, and also the volunteer curator of the center's art collection, which not surprisingly focuses primarily on the art of Ned Smith. Covers everything from his very beginnings as a child all the way to the end of his life in 1985, and the bulk of his 35 or 40-year professional career as a wildlife artist. Most of the art was a gift from Marie Smith in 1999, and also from Marie's estate when she passed away in 2002. But it's been enriched over the years with many generous gifts from supporters of the center, people who purchased Ned's art during his lifetime and now like to see it come back, more or less coming back home again. The art that we have on exhibit here currently is tied into Ned's work with the Pennsylvania Game Commission, and particularly the covers that he did for Pennsylvania Game News magazine from 1950 right up until the time of his death. If you'd like to, we can step into the gallery and talk a little bit about the art. Okay, this is a painting called Ladies' Man, which has always been one of my favorites. It's a piece from the collection, and like all the paintings on exhibit in the current show, it was a cover for Pennsylvania Game News magazine in 1980. And it's the thing I love about Ned Smith's art is that there's nothing generic about it. His art speaks to a sense of place, more so than almost any wildlife artist that I know. I mean, his work is really grounded in the ridges and valleys of the central Susquehanna Valley. And that comes through. There are no throwaway items in a Ned Smith painting. You can identify, if you're a good enough botanist, not just the trees and the wildflowers, but the species of grass in his paintings. Ned painted about 119, actually not about, he painted exactly 119 covers for Game News in his lifetime. There were an additional 2 that were published posthumously, published in the last couple of years in conjunction with the Center and with the Game Commission. We have, I think, probably about 40 of those paintings in our collection. Of course, there are some that are not in our collection, but we're through the generosity of donors who've been able to exhibit them. This is one that we're just thrilled to have in the exhibit. This is Big Red, which was published in February 1978 on the cover of Game News and was also one of Ned's most popular limited edition prints. It's in a private collection. It was loaned to us through the generosity of Robert and Jennifer McNeil, and it's just a dazzling piece of work. And what's terrific is that we also have in our collection a lot of the preliminary drawings that Ned did when he was working on this. You can see the artistic process as he's kind of working through different compositions, different designs. This is one of them right here. He was also, as you can see, doodling. It looks like Bob Hope, but Bing Crosby and a couple of other people on there in the Times. He's an artist, and you take your inspiration where you can find it. But you can see that he was playing with different ideas, looking at foxes in the snow, and eventually came to this this rather noble kind of almost Rin Tin Tin pose of a big male red fox on a snowy ridge with an old fence line and some staghorn sumac. And so we go from this from this relatively simple black and white pencil rendering into this really magnificent acrylic that Ned did. People often ask Ned how long it took him to paint something like that. I know it kind of set his teeth on edge, and his standard line was it took him 2 weeks and a lifetime before that.